Cordy wasn't particularly inventive, but it set the bar for entertaining but affably generic touchscreen platformers, with its electronic vistas painted in gorgeous Little Big Planet-esque hues. Cordy 2 fits comfortably into the same little niche. Don't get me wrong, this is a hugely entertaining, brilliantly constructed platforming experience with a layer of AAA polish that most App Store and Google Play competitors simply can't muster. But it plays like a compilation of platforming's greatest hits. There's nothing wrong with that, and you're likely to have a misty-eyed look on your face as you leap and bound your way through Cordy 2's lovingly crafted levels. But if you were hoping this would be the installment that really kicked the series up a notch, you're in for a reasonably pleasant disappointment. Once again, you're playing as the constantly chipper titular robot, a little chap who likes nothing more than helping out when he finds strangers in need. After a crash landing and a few nuggets of exposition, you're thrown into the first level. Directional arrows on the left of the screen control your movement, while a jump button on the right lets you spring into the air. Next to that sits a context-sensitive action button. This lets you grapple onto nearby hooks and transporters with your cord, or use the special mood of your equipped pod. You pick these pods up as the levels dictate, and each has its own unique power. One lets you stick to walls and get a speed boost, another lets you smash through certain pieces of scenery, and a third lets you blast into the air. It's these different abilities that set the tone for Cordy 2's levels, and give the designers the freest rein to experiment. One level, where you grab a helicopter pod, plays like a simplified version of Tiny Wings, for example. Too often though, these flotations with different styles can lead to frustration. The jetpack in particular is guilty of bringing with it some severe difficulty spikes that spoil the rhythm of an otherwise free-flowing game. There are expectations, of course, and using your special smashing power to carve out a path through breakable rocks stands out as a prime testament to the talent behind these games. It's just a shame that it's never quite given the room to shine. Bad guys all have obvious weak points, usually glowing, and boss battles are all about pattern recognition and hitting the big bad where it hurts when the time is right. There are spinning sparkly things to collect, albeit cogs rather than rings, and plenty of sections that feel like they're lifted from a history book about the best platformers of the 90s. The only major dent in Cordy 2's armor is an odd progression system that demands you've collected enough stars to unlock certain levels. You can easily finish a level without collecting any of the 3 celestial bodies on offer, so it can condemn you to replaying chunks you've already completed, once again breaking the flow of the game. Cordy 2 might rest on its laurels, but it's still an engaging, charming platformer that pulls you into its world and refuses to let you go. There are flashes of originality and genius, but more often than not, it's happy to entertain rather than innovate. And in the end, that's fine. It would be nice to see the obviously talented Silvertree Media team take a risk somewhere down the line, but until then, its knack for getting the most out of the fundamentals of the platform genre will have to suffice.